The stage for artistic revolution in Europe had been set at the end of the 19th century. The Impressionist painters had begun experimenting with painting outdoors and equating color with light. Van Gogh and Gauguin were using color in a more expressive way. Cézanne was exploring new ways of representing form and pictorial space. These painters would have a profound influence on the next generation of French artists. In the 1890s, a number of students who had studied at the École des Beaux-Arts in Paris had come into contact with the teacher and symbolist painter Gustave Moreau. His student, Henri Matisse, said of Moreau that he disturbed our complacency. Later, Matisse would emerge along with his studio mate, André Derain, as the philosophical leaders of a group of artists who were interested in finding a more direct and authentic approach to painting. By employing an exuberant use of color and a primal use of material, they created highly innovative paintings. Matisse's incredible sense of invention and color would make him one of the giants of 20th century art. At the 1905 Autumn Salon, critic Louis Vaucel walked into a room filled with art whose use of color and application of paint was like nothing he had ever seen. Seeing a sculpture by Renaissance artist Donatello also in the room, he declared, "Donatello au milieu des fauves," or Donatello among the wild beasts. To Vaucel, the work of these fauves, with its emotional use of color and lack of traditional technique, seemed unresolved. There was little underpainting. Color was sometimes applied directly from the tube. Brushwork was purposely crude and immediate. While these artists never moved to pure abstraction, their work straddled the line between the expression of subjective experience and a purely visual hedonism. Their work opened the door for painting to be a vehicle for the direct expression of creative energy rather than as a carrier of symbolism or narrative. While the artists themselves embraced the term Fauvism, they remained only loosely associated, never issuing an artistic or theoretical manifesto. By the time Matisse published his Notes of a Painter in 1908, the Fauvist movement was essentially over. Matisse would go on to do some of his best and most revolutionary work. Several other Fauves, most notably Georges Braque and Jean Metzinger, as well as Alice Bailey, would go on to become major players in another movement known as Cubism.